You just got exactly what you worked for, or promotion to middle management. The handshake, the smile, the 7% raise. You update your LinkedIn. Your family congratulates you. It feels like a massive victory, but the corporate system isn't rewarding you. It's buying your time at a discount. Because that 7% raise just came with a 40% increase in working hours. Welcome to the promotion trap. A phenomenon HR silently calls title inflation, where the title gets bigger, but the math gets worse. Let's do the math. As an individual contributor, you made $80,000 for a standard 40-hour week. That's roughly $38 an hour. Now, you make $85,600, but as a salaried manager, you're exempt from overtime, working 55 hours a week trying to keep your team afloat. Your real hourly rate just dropped to $29. You didn't get a raise. You took a 23% pay cut, disguised as a promotion. Companies have a rational incentive for this. Middle management is the ultimate buffer zone. You take on the executive stress, without the executive equity. So, what do? You don't reject the promotion. But you stop treating the title as the final reward. You treat it as leverage. You stay for 1 year, document your metrics, and sell that exact new title to the external market. Because internal raises are capped by HR bans, external offers, however, are priced at current market value. You update your resume. You don't just list your daily duties. You list your measurable impact and the new scale of your team. You take interviews, not from a place of desperation, but from a position of quiet power. You already have a secure job. The competing offer arrives. It's not a tiny 7% bump. It's a 30% market correction reflecting your true leadership value. Now, you hold the cards. You can take the new role, or bring the data back to your current boss to force a real conversation. If you stay, it's not on the old terms. The title inflation trap only works on those who don't realize they are standing in it. So, the next time your manager offers you a shiny new title with a minor, incremental pay bump, say thank you. Take the title, do the work, but remember, that title is not the finish line. It is just a key. And it's entirely up to you to decide which corporate door that key is going to unlock. Follow for more strategies on navigating the corporate machine and getting paid exactly what you're worth. But what if you decided not to interview? What if you just stayed loyal, hoping the company would eventually reward your hard work? That's where you encounter the second hidden mechanism of the corporate world, the loyalty penalty. Here is a secret HR won't tell you. Companies have two completely different budgets, one for keeping you, and one for replacing you. The retention budget is tied to your internal pay band. It moves at a glacial pace, capped at 3 or 4% a year. But the hiring budget, that is tied to the open market. And the market moves fast. By year 3, the gap between your 3% raise and the actual market rate for your skills becomes a massive chasm. Labor economists have measured this. Employees who stay at the same company for more than 2 years get paid significantly less over their lifetime. It is not a reflection of your talent. It is just the math of a system optimized for predictability, not fairness. So, loyalty is no longer a career strategy. It is a financial sacrifice you are making without even realizing. Start treating your career like a business. Audit your market value every 6 months. Know your number, and never stop leveraging it. But there is a second layer to the loyalty penalty that goes beyond budgets. It is entirely about information. When your manager sits down for your performance review, they have a massive dashboard of data that you never see. They know your exact pay band ceiling, the current market rate, and exactly what it would cost to recruit your replacement. You, sitting across the table, usually know none of this. You only know your current salary and a few office rumors. This enormous gap in data, not your actual work performance, is what determines the outcome of your salary conversation. In any high-stakes negotiation, the party with the most complete picture of reality holds all the structural advantage. The corporate system isn't evil, but it was never designed to share this pricing information with you proactively. To break the ceiling, you have to systematically close this information gap yourself. You cross-reference industry reports, talk to peers, and build what HR fears most, a documented, defensible market position. When you walk into the room knowing exactly what they know, the entire nature of the conversation changes. You request a meeting with your manager. You don't come in aggressive, you come prepared. You lead with the data. You slide a single document across the table, your current pay, the market range, and the specific number you are asking for. Your manager goes quiet. They didn't know that you knew. The information asymmetry that the system depends on instantly dissolves. The fiction that a 3% raise was a fair reflection of your values simply couldn't survive contact with documented reality. You receive a 14% adjustment. It doesn't close the entire gap, but the ceiling physically moves. This is the mechanism most salary advice never tells you. The ceiling isn't broken by performance. It isn't broken by loyalty. It is broken by information. Specifically, by closing the gap between what the company knows and what you know. That standard 3% raise is not an assessment of your worth. It is, in a very specific sense, a test of your awareness. The company's opening position every year is whatever they calculate you will accept. And a ceiling, it turns out, only functions as a ceiling. For people who don't know they are standing under one. You update your spreadsheet every 6 months now, not because you're constantly planning to leave your job, you are, but because you finally internalized a truth that took years to learn. Your compensation is a negotiation that never closes. The system will always offer what it calculates you will accept. The only variable is what you know when you sit at the table. So remember the playbook. First, know your market value with hard data. Second, leverage your new job titles immediately. And third, never stop negotiating your worth, because in the corporate world, you don't get what you deserve. You get what you have the leverage to negotiate. Master the corporate playbook and take control of your career. Hit subscribe for more strategies on beating the system and getting paid exactly what you are worth.